Imagine a world filled with animals so unique, so extraordinary. Yet, within a single lifetime, humans managed to wipe them away forever. From birds that trusted us too much, to predators wrongly accused of crimes, these are the tragic true stories of species driven to extinction, and the shocking mistakes that sealed their fate. Welcome to Animal Facts. Please like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. The Great Auk, the bird that never knew fear. In the icy waters of the North Atlantic, millions of black and white seabirds once thrived. They were called the Great Auk, the original penguins. But the birds had one fatal flaw: they were fearless. They waddled slowly, didn't fight back, and didn't flee when humans approached. To explorers, they were the perfect food source: fresh meat, fat for lamps, even feathers for bedding. Hunting escalated. By the 1800s, the birds were vanishing. Then came one final tragedy. In 1844, on a lonely island near Iceland, the last known pair guarded a single egg. 3 men clubbed the parents to death and crushed the egg beneath their boots. The species ended that day. Extinction, delivered by human hands. Lyall's Wren, wiped out by a single cat. Off the coast of New Zealand lies Stevens Island. In 1894, lighthouse keeper David Lyall moved in and brought with him a pregnant cat named Tibbles. But this island was home to a tiny, flightless bird found nowhere else on Earth. Lyall's Wren. The birds had no defense. Tibbles hunted them relentlessly, often leaving dead wrens at Lyall's doorstep. Within months, her kittens joined the slaughter. By 1895, less than 2 years later, Lyall's Wren was gone forever. Millions of years of evolution, ended by one pregnant cat. The Pyrenean Ibex, the animal that died twice high in the Pyrenees Mountains, lived the Pyrenean Ibex, with magnificent curved horns that drew hunters like moths to flame. For centuries, they were pursued for trophies. By the 1900s, fewer than 100 remained. Despite protections, disease and inbreeding sealed their decline. In 2000, only one was left, a female named Celia. She was crushed by a falling tree. Her kind was gone, but scientists tried something radical. Using Celia's DNA, they attempted to clone her. In 2003, a baby ibex was born. For 7 minutes, the species had returned, until the newborn struggled to breathe and died. The Pyrenean Ibex became the first animal in history to go extinct twice. The Tasmanian Tiger, killed for a crime it didn't commit in the forests of Tasmania, prowled the Thylacine, or Tasmanian Tiger, a striped marsupial predator. When farmers' sheep began disappearing, they blamed the Thylacine. The government even offered bounties for every animal killed. Thousands were slaughtered, but the truth: it wasn't the Thylacines killing the sheep, it was feral dogs. By the time the truth came out, it was too late. The last known Thylacine died in a cage in 1936. Some say they still roam remote forests today, but no proof has ever emerged. The two-lash wallaby, killed by conservation, graceful and elegant, the two-lash wallaby once thrived in Australia. But as settlers took over the swamps, they destroyed the wallaby's habitat, hunted them for their pelts, and introduced foxes that preyed on them. By the 1920s, only a few remained. In desperation, scientists tried to capture survivors for breeding. But the chase terrified the animals. Many collapsed and died from panic. The last female died in captivity in 1939. Ironically, an attempt to save them may have hastened their extinction. Lonesome George, the last of his kind. On Pinto Island in the Galapagos, tortoises once thrived. But hunters and invasive goats devastated their numbers. For decades, scientists believed the Pinto Island tortoise was extinct, until 1971, when a single survivor was discovered. They called him Lonesome George. He was taken to a research center, where for 40 years scientists tried to find him a mate. but he never produced offspring. In 2012, George died quietly in his pen. With him died an entire species. These stories remind us of a haunting truth. Extinction doesn't always come with a bang. Sometimes it arrives quietly, through greed, carelessness, or a single wrong decision. From the Great Auk's crushed egg, to a cat's casual hunt, to George's lonely passing, we see the same pattern. When humans act without foresight, nature pays the price. Imagine if these creatures still walked, flew, or swam among us today. What lessons could we learn from them? How much richer would our world be? The past cannot be undone, but the future still can. The next extinction story hasn't even written yet, and whether it ends in tragedy or survival depends on us. Leave us a comment below and remember to subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.